All right, so with number 16 here, we're still in the same section where we are using the rules of exponents to simplify the expression. And so we've been given the expression x cubed over y to the negative 6. That whole quantity is being raised to the 1/3 power. And hopefully you recall from earlier in the semester, when we have a fraction raised to some exponent, what we're going to do is use the power rule, which says we are going to multiply our power. So we're going to multiply 3 times 1/3 to get a new power, multiply negative 6 by 1/3 to get a new power, and then let's see what happens when we do that. So we can think of this as now saying x to the third, which was originally inside, now multiplying that by the 1/3, right, because we have to multiply our powers, over y to the negative 6, and now multiply that negative 6 by the 1/3. And let's see what we have here. Well, up in our numerator, we know we're going to have an x, and we're being asked to multiply 3 times 1/3. So 3 we can rewrite as a fraction, as 3 over 1, right, times 1/3. Well, 3 times 1 is 3, 1 times 3 is 3, 3 over 3 we know reduces to simply 1, and so since our new exponent is 1, we don't really have to write that exponent, right? It's understood that if there's no explicit exponent there, then it is a 1. So there is our newly reduced answer in our numerator. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the denominator. Well, we know we're going to have a y because that's what we're working with, and so here we have negative 6 over 1, right? That's how we can rewrite negative 6, just put it over 1, times 1 over 3. And now that gives us, well, negative 6 times 1 is still negative 6, 1 times 3 is 3, and negative 6 over 3 we can nicely reduce to negative 2. So we end up with now y to the negative 2. But we're not quite done yet because we know we can't have a negative exponent in our final answer. So let's go ahead and take this whole entity here, this whole term, let's move it from the denominator to the numerator, and by virtue of moving it from the denominator to the numerator, the sign of the exponent changes, and you'll remember that from earlier this semester when we were working with the chapter on exponents. So now we can say y is now going to have a positive 2 exponent. And so we no longer have anything in our denominator other than that imaginary 1 there, that 1. But everything is now moved to our numerator, and our final answer is simply xy squared. And that is number 16.